You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we're going to be talking about the XFL here in this video. This is the third iteration of the XFL. I believe that the XFL started in 2000, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. And then, of course, it went away. And then in 2020, the XFL came back under Vince McMahon. And then, of course, the virus shut down the whole season. And then they went bankrupt. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson comes in. He buys it. And just this past spring, this year in 2023, the XFL made its third return. And maybe, just maybe, third time is a charm. I believe that's what the old saying is. Well, we got some information here on the XFL, guys. Now, I did watch some of the XFL games. I got to be honest, I really didn't finish the season. I think that Rhodes actually watched pretty much every single game, if I'm not mistaken. But for some reason, I just didn't watch the XFL. Now, when I was actually watching some of the games, it was pretty disappointing, to see the attendance at the stadiums. I mean, right here in Houston, I don't believe there was a whole bunch of people at games. And Houston is definitely a football city. The XFL needs to survive because I believe that everything is better when you actually have football year-round. Spring football, I do like it. The product in 2020, I did like that product. And I believe that product would have been very, very successful had they not shut down due to the virus. Now, when it comes to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's XFL, I wasn't anticipating them actually making a profit in year number one. I don't think anybody really expected that. Because when you actually start new businesses, it usually takes a while for it to actually turn a profit. Now, even well-established companies, when they try new things, it takes many, many years for them to actually turn a profit. Now, believe it or not, guys, when it comes to Disney Plus, they still have not made a profit yet. Walt Disney hasn't made a profit on Disney Plus. These streaming services, not working out too well right now. It's going to take a lot longer for them to actually turn a profit. But the news that we got about the XFL, I was stunned at how much money they actually did lose. Now, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he's not freaking out, but it did cost some people their jobs. Look at this, guys. Report on Bro Bible. Dwayne Johnson's XFL lost $60 million and had to cut workforce. So people lost their jobs because I was astonished, guys. They lost $60 million. That is a lot of money. But let's read some of this, guys. In a disappointing turn of events, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's revitalization of the XFL has faced significant financial challenges during his first season in 2023. According to a report by Forbes, Jabari Young, the XFL suffered losses exceeding $60 million, and the organization had to make difficult decisions and reduce its workforce. This season marked the return of the XFL after his previous attempt in 2020 was cut short due to devastating impact of the coronavirus pandemic. Furthermore, it was the first full season for the XFL since its initial incarnation in 2001. So I was pretty much right. I said 2000, but it was actually 2001. But anyway, which unfortunately led to the league folding. While Forbes estimates the XFL incurred losses of around $60 million throughout the 2023 season, there are optimistic projections for the future. The XFL reportedly anticipates generating $100 million in revenue during the upcoming season. I hope so for their sake. It is worth noting that approximately 25% of the league's income stems from its broadcasting deal with ESPN, which pays $20 million per season. Despite the financial setback, Dwayne Johnson, who holds a controlling interest in the XFL along with his business partner Danny Garcia, remains committed to not only expanding the league's fan base, but also transforming it into a profitable venture. Acknowledging the challenges faced during the first year under his ownership, Johnson remains optimistic and believes that there is a viable path forward. Johnson's vision for the XFL extends far beyond short-term gains. He emphasized that his goal was to overcome the initial season hurdles and build a lasting legacy. And this is what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had to say, quote, "My goal was to get through the first season," Johnson said. "This is not just an endeavor that's going to full up a portfolio and one day flip it and we're out. This is legacy. This is the long game." So he's saying that no matter how much money that they actually lost, they are committed to for the long term. And we'll have to see. But man, that loss is $60 million, man. That was a lot of money right there. It was a lot of money. Now, if they're anticipating revenue of $100 million, I don't know their expenses. I would just like to see them, cut the losses down to about, I don't know, 30 million, 20 million. I mean, that would be a drastic improvement. And I believe a lot of people that actually feel like, yeah, that sounds pretty good going forward. We're getting close to being profitable, but we'll have to see. I know that there's been talks also of the XFL combining with, what's the other spring football league? I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I actually did not watch that league, but the XFL does have a partnership with the NFL. I want to see this league succeed, but I am astonished, that they lost that much money in the first season. But Dwayne Johnson doesn't seem to be freaking out about that. Maybe he even anticipated, maybe he anticipated them actually losing 80 million. I don't know. And maybe he's actually taking this as a win that they only lost 60 million. But that's a whole bunch of money, man. That is a lot of money. They're going to have to find a way also to be able to market the product more. I would definitely like to see stadiums way more fuller than what they were this past season. I mean, it was actually pretty embarrassing, the attendance. Now, in St. Louis, man, the people in St. Louis, boy, they showed up for the Battle Hawks. They showed up. I mean, they had like record-breaking attendance. It almost looked like a sellout. I mean, the people in St. Louis, of course, they're very, very upset about losing the Rams, and they actually mocked the Rams. But we'll have to see, guys. Houston's attendance should have been better. Houston is a football town, but people really just didn't show up. And I'm thinking, maybe a lot of people actually didn't know the XFL actually came back. But now they got this one season under their belt. We'll have to see how everything goes in year number 2. But it's definitely got to improve, guys. It definitely does. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Sports 2 fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.